been here in a year, but every time I get up to that ring, he's staring down at the cross country. He knows exactly where he is and what he'd like to be doing next. So, yeah, some major mistakes. So hopefully, what did they say? Bad dress rehearsal, good performance. So we're looking forward to Kentucky. Certainly feels ready for that.
I mean, with a horse like him, when you have such a long-standing relationship and you've been there, done that, he's been to the Fork so many times, he knows exactly what's coming at every event. How do you get the best performance ever? How do you finesse the things and how do you train them?
I don't know. I obviously didn't figure that out today. Good. Still working on that. I think I actually felt really good going into the performance today. They were running ahead of time and he was warming up great, so I just went in the ring. So he actually didn't have a very long final warm-up, and probably looking back on it, I should have maybe just ridden him another 10 minutes and worked a little bit more and just made sure he was really listening, because he just kind of felt a bit fresh in areas. So, but I didn't do that, did I? So I'm still working that out. But he is my, it just feels so good to be riding him and doing everything on him again. He is my buddy. We've been together 10 years. He's 15, and I'm entering, I shouldn't even say it, I'm getting older too. I'm entering my 5th decade this year.
What's the plan for cross country, seeing as this is your last run before Rolex?
You know, I haven't walked the course yet. I've heard some kind of odd reports, so I got to go out and take a look at it. He was just absolute money at Southern Pines. That was a fabulous course, really good gallopy forward riding course. He did a super job with that course. So I'm going to have a look at the course and just see, if it's the sort of course that it sounds like there's things out there that it's not going to be smooth riding. So I don't want to go for time if you're like having to work them back and, get a job done and then sprint and go. That's not a good preparation. Like Southern Pines was the sort of course that you could go quite strong around and, some really good floated. So I haven't seen the course yet. I've just heard a couple of really odd reports on different fences. So I have to make a decision, because the most important thing is a solid run going into Kentucky. Usually I come here to the Fork with the intention of, kicking around a great final fitness run and really, going strong and kind of going for time. But if you're making time for the sake of sprinting, slowing down, going, that's not your best preparation. So, if it's that sort of course, then I just want to jump every fence really well and make sure all the rideability is there. So, yeah, so I'm sorry I don't have an exact plan to tell you, but it really depends on what exactly the course is. The footing should be fabulous. It should be great. So I'm not worried about that per se, but we shall see. Arthur would like to go fast. I didn't let him go as fast as he wanted to go last time, but we've slowly been urging it up, the speed. So.
And you said we spoke on the Eventing Radio show, and it's been a slightly different prep this spring. You didn't go to Red Hills.
Yeah.
You went to Carolina.
Yeah.
Everything's been slightly different. What will you do now in between now and Rolex?
Well, the same thing I usually do. I mean, we've got some more. I get to go back to Virginia. It's been a really wet winter, so I'm not sure where I get to gallop, but we do have the hills there. So when I'm in Aiken, I started my speed work, so I have to go a bit quicker in Aiken, which always makes you nervous. But in Virginia, I get the hills, so I've got some more, just some final gallops to do, and we'll work on some show jumping. But honestly, cross country wise with him, touch wood, he has felt just better than ever, in his body, and it doesn't feel like he's 15. So it'll be the same thing there, but as far as what I've done in the past between the Fork and Kentucky, and it's the longest month of the year.
The entries are closed for Alexis, record numbers. Do you look at everyone else and compare yourself? I mean, I don't even know who signed up. Dozen people who said they think this year is their year.
Oh yeah.
You think the same? But
yeah. I love going to Kentucky. We're so blessed to have that competition here in this country. I love going there. He loves going there. I think that I have a little bit more time just with him, and I do have Chloe entered this year to really focus, and it's neat. Like I I feel really comfortable with Kentucky. That doesn't make it easier per se, but you know, Burley, I was a bit desperate to get it all done with and go home, and I'm so looking forward to being, you know, going to Kentucky and being there. But he showed, I mean, he's felt as good as he's ever felt in his body and his condition this year. So I think that we should have a good year too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Best of
yeah,
luck this weekend.
yeah.
We'll see you
Thank you.
Lexington.
Thank you very much.